piece that we receive from the employee people. Yeah. And what it boils down to is we get information in there and we're supposed to make a decision one way or the other. So there's a confusion there on what exactly this gentleman says is our position. I thought we was going to recommend stuff that would, by being out in the community and stuff and coming in, use our expertise, make recommendations that way, and then send it on to be reviewed. Is what I think. Now, it sounds to me like I'm a little bit confused also. Well, but yeah, that it's communication and confusion. That's what it boils down.
Is it clear now?
Is it clear now? Yeah, what's clear?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, nothing.
So what's being proposed, at least as the email that went out today, was to have a special meeting on Thursday for the commission to approve the 161 overlay document to advance out of there.
Another confusion.
Yeah.
I thought, backing up because it's the case, 2 months ago, the trustees and the people responsible up in there hired independent people to come in to review this. And they came in with their recommendation to our meeting, regional planning, explained it in detail. And basically we said, you're happy, we're happy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, now that it's back in the mix, we thought it went on was done. It was 161 quarter.
No, that was never,
Did that get kicked, did we have to start the process again with that or no?
we were, the timeline was starting to get too long to where they were saying legally, everything was, it was gonna take too long for the revised code, so we took it back.
Okay,
And so,
stop right there, man, because let's get this settled. What is the timeline? I've heard 100 days, and I've heard they can renew the timeline, and I've heard that, you know, I understand the importance of the 161 deal.
yeah, I think the max, if I recall, it is in 100 days.
Okay,
And that's what Nick has said, and we were gonna be past that timeline based on the timeline we were working at with before. So that's why the commissioners came back late August, restarted the process. And then what we did was
of
because.
this year.
Was that?
Late August of this year.
Correct.
Yes,
So that's why we also.
We're on the 100 days roll.
Correct.
correct.
It's just resetting the clock, basically,
Okay.
but
We had
it
to,
still has to go through that same process.
yeah, it has to go back through that process. We had to reset the clock on that one because we were coming up on the deadline.
There again, that's back to communication.
Oh, sure.
That information would have been real vital if we'd have known that the process is restarted.
Yeah.
But we're brought the,
Yeah.
I don't want to say proposal, resolution, whatever you want to call it, is brought back to us that we've got to approve this again. And we're like, we've already approved it.
Yeah.
Why did we keep approving something 2 or 3 times?
Correct. And if I would have been there, I would have explained it to you. And I intend to be there in the future.
I did explain. I mean, I explained it exactly like that. And I have to say the tenor of this meeting is wildly different from Tuesday night. I thought it was going to be a quick meeting. I had to have my children with me. They were in the lobby. I had people pointing at me, accusing me of things, swearing at me. I mean, why isn't any of this coming out? I mean, I'm being basically,
You want us to be sworn at too?
I don't, not at all.
If you want to swear at me, Jimmy, go right
The
ahead.
point is, I'm glad that it's a much more constructive conversation, but I was explaining these things too. So to say, you know, oh, now everyone understood that the document was passed. At the time, I took 5 minutes, I explained, and everyone said, no. We did not pass the document out. And I said, I understand that you didn't understand that. That's fine.
Yeah, I thought the ones.
But don't shoot the messenger, right, was the message, and Steve Dennis said that. But now I'm hearing that everyone was perfectly clear on the fact.
Major confusion on that. So the 161 document, I think that everyone was clear on that section was fine. But we're talking about the entire zoning code.
And we could be for trying.
Did you, and,
So I think the
the quick,
161, people were pretty clear.
Yeah.
just
But
a
that
quick,
was okay. The confusion was why they come back up was the questions that I was hearing. But I don't think that people were confused on the 161. I thought that was pretty much.
Okay, just my quick question on the 161. So that issue was tabled. Was it just tabled because you weren't certain why it was back in front of you
It
again?
was,
Wasn't explained.
It wasn't explained. But you didn't vote to approve.
I did explain,
No,
I
I'm saying-
explained exactly what we're talking about now.
Yeah, I'm getting the meeting last week. You guys didn't approve it at that meeting just because of the confusion of why it was back in front of you? Or why was that not brought up for a vote? I guess is my question.
the confusion was two different issues. We'd
Sure,
already done 161.
Yeah.
And now, we thought it was coming in on zoning, the new zoning proposals.
sure,
We know 161 is part of that,
sure.
but we didn't, we thought we had to sit down tonight,
And do one thing rather than two.
200 pages and figure
But,
out.
and that's the problem, because I explained to the secretary and chair that there's two, even if 11 didn't do, 11, if 11 would have printed out that piece of, I could show you where I said.
Yeah, so that's my question is why wasn't that brought up as a separate issue at that?
Well, and that's the thing, I'm not trying to facilitate 11, but as a secretary, I sent that document and it laid out specifically the change, why is separate from the zoning code, why are we doing this way, and requesting that a action be taken on it, whether it is recommended to move forward or not, or recommended for the change or not, like,
Yeah, and that's the,
that's,
You talking about 161?
yeah, 100%, this is an amendment,
Yeah,
and that,
You approve?
no,
No.
and
On Tuesday, last Tuesday, was it voted on? No, that's what I'm talking about.
The confusion on that too is because
why is,
considered as a board that we voted on 2 or 3 months ago.
correct,
Why vote on it again?
that's what I'm saying, I understand the confusion, why 161 wasn't acted upon at that meeting last week was probably because the confusion of like, we've already approved this, we don't need to do it again.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Got it.
But did you think you had to do both at one time?
that's what we thought.
See, that's what they thought.
But that's what.
I'm getting there, I'm getting
Bingo.
there. So this is what that special meeting is about. It's just to approve the 161 again, because we needed to start that clock. We needed to start that clock again. So we basically need you all to meet. We would like you all to meet, because that has a more strict timeline, if you will, to get that approved for that development. Darby Township has asked us to move on that sooner, so that's what the need for the special meeting is just for you all to vote on that narrow issue of the 161 corridor that you have already approved. So we needed to kick that clock off again. We needed you all to meet again, or requesting, would like you to meet again, just to approve that narrow issue of the 161 corridor, which you've already approved.
That would take 4 minutes.
Thank you. That's, yeah.
To be clear, the agenda from last week had both items on there, right? So the agenda that's being proposed for this Thursday has just the one. So I did explain it. I realize sometimes it helps, but I just want to be clear, I did, but that is the difference, that this week's agenda has the one item. Last week's had the two.
And by the way, I got that
Yeah,
30 minutes.
sure. And we, yeah,
Meeting.
yes, and I know that's,
Probably my fault,
yeah,
but that's.
no, that's
It
moving.
just went out. It just went
It
out.
just went out. It just went out. It is true that went out, but because of that time, there are greater time constraints on that one. So we're asking you all gentlemen to take that up
I
again.
don't see that issue.
Yeah. For Darby Township, they want to get it done and improved and in place for that development. So if you guys would please consider that narrow issue this week, that would be very helpful to Darby Township.
Yeah, but we haven't received a response from anybody for a Thursday meeting, so.
But to me, we're going from 200 pages to 400 pages.
Oh, yeah, that takes more time.
Whole zoning
Yeah.
regulation and, you know what?
Just
We're
one
gonna have it
comment,
done by tomorrow.
one comment on 161 corridor in meeting. I mean, I do have David Kell's email in front of me that spells out basically everything that should have been
Yeah.
conveyed to the board members at your meeting.
And stop right there and just come back to communication. Not blaming anybody,
Oh, I know.
but if we're not getting this point across to all the members of the planning commission.
Right.
That's just.
Would it be,
Would it be reply?
would it be helpful for, would it be helpful, I know David forwards things, and Dennis probably does the same, going to the chairperson, the secretary, treasurer, and maybe it would almost be better if he emailed the entire group. Instead of just emailing the chairperson and the secretary, because I don't know that the chairperson and the secretary is necessarily conveying all the information,
What about
not to call it. I don't know if that's making it to everybody.
What about representative at the meeting? And I understand Dennis's position and I'm fully sympathetic to that.
Brendan,
Yeah.
And I did explain.
I agree 100%. I think that's where a lot of the confusion's coming in at.
I think so too.
Dave may be sending it to Levin. Levin's copying it and sending it out. And I think there's where a lot of confusion's coming from, because we bring it up almost every meeting. There's always 3 or 4 or 5 of us that, and I'm guilty of it. Part of it comes up, and then part of it don't come up. When you copy and send it, you don't always get everything. I mean, there's part of it's left out, part of it, I mean, I don't know what the format is that it's sent out on, but I may get, if there's 6 items, like the last time there were 6, 3 of them came right up, no problem at all. 2 of them, I get 1 page and lose the other 6 pages.
It may be helpful to send it to the chairperson, the treasurer, secretary, and then maybe copy all the other members,
Yeah.
just so there's one clear
I
communication.
think when it's being copied and transferred from, I don't know what the proper term is, server to server to server, whatever.
Yeah.
I think we're losing a connection in there that members are losing vital information.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you wouldn't just forward the email to the members of the board.
Let's just make sure, yeah, we, the county can make sure that you all are getting it. I think that's,
What's that?
and I just said, we can make sure that you all are getting it, that everybody's copied. I think that would help a lot.
I think that'd be simple.
Yeah, simple fix, hopefully.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just, I'm not a computer tech. And somebody in this room I know has to be. And it's just a matter of, I'm making it sound easy, put everybody's name on at one time, and boom, you hit a button and it goes to everybody.
Yeah, that's
Instead, you
it.
don't, I mean, me, I couldn't do it, but
Yeah, we can collect email, disseminate it a little better, make sure
Yeah.
everybody's on the same page.
I'm collecting some now, but the next meeting, I'll make sure I get to everybody else, because I think some of our information is not updated.
Yeah, we get updated email.
Sent to you guys.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah, we'll get updated email addresses, communication information.
What's up to you?
I just think that's right.
Post 2, 7,
Well, well, 2002 has 2006 on my version. That's why there's different versions. That's why I brought
Well,
these
see.
2 different books.
that was the thing at the meeting the other night. I have the original 2002. And we had like 5 different versions at the meeting.
Yeah.
So did we combine them as one?
The last one I have, which is here, I've been writing all over it, is the last one that combined it. But this, I think this is what started it, because this one has 2010 or 2007. Pin on it, so you said I have to buy this,
Yeah, there should only be one
they
document.
should be one
There should be
document.
one document.
But I have multiple.
As somebody that, yeah, somebody that does this for a living and reads zoning codes all the time, text, it should say, here's your zoning resolution, amended here, amended here, amended here. You get the updated amended version. There should only be one version in circulation. Going forward, there'll only be one version in circulation. That's how it should be done.
That would make somebody coming in and say, well, right here, it's in print, this is what I'm going off of.
Yeah, we'll have one version that'll say amended here, amended this date, amended this date, amended this date, one version.
On his website.
I think we come to one major conclusion today that everybody agrees on, it's communication.
That's what I have.
Whatever's online,
That's why I have the 2006 print, and it's different than that version.
Yeah, so I have like 3 different books,
That version.
different versions, same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is, yeah. We'll
I have the
just suffice it
original
to say,
2 amendments.
the updates in the past.
I mean, so how I was doing it, and I don't know if everybody's gonna say it, but basically you open up 2 books, right? I'm going page by page, and it's kind of hard, it's hard to follow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, where the divisions were. That's
We
why
probably don't-
For those edits.
Yeah.
So.
Dave, we probably don't have the old version in a Word document to do like a comparison or a red line. We don't have that.
No, it would take, I mean, it was, yeah, I mean, work I was, I mean, that's what I say, he's been working forever on this thing, and it took, I'm gonna focus on getting stuff on electronic.
We all know that these amendments,
So you got to-
but I think this is 25 years old. But, you know, it takes time
Oh, sure.
when you're trying to get all these different things and we kind of feel like we're being shoved on something this important.
Yeah, we don't want to write, yeah, the 161 corridor, it's a little more time sensitive. The other one, yeah, Yeah, the other one will let you, you know.
That was our terms, that shouldn't be, that's in the first place, so.
Yeah, you guys can meet again.
Because there's a lot of things that are hanging in the balance with the 161 corridor, the big, you know, Devlin being the one, you know, so we got to move.
Part of the confusion because we
Already did it.
did it 2 or 3 months ago and we're like, why is it coming back?
Yep. All right, gentlemen, I think this was helpful.
So we have if we meet tomorrow night, we get everybody together,
Tomorrow?
we're doing the 161 corridor, that's it.
That's it.
Is that when the clock starts ticking?
Then I can move to the oral zoning next the following week.
The clock has already been set.
Clock's already ticking.
Days are over.
Clocks are rolling.
Correct.
Clock's rolling.
Before we get out of here, I'd like to say one thing on behalf of Dennis. I mean, and not everybody's liked by everybody. That's the public opinion of everybody. My personal opinion, I think he's doing a hell of a job. Absolutely. He came in with nothing. And I think he's doing a major accomplishment that needs done, that nobody's took the time or the effort to do.
Well, you never passed.
And I don't point any fingers at him for nothing.
On the
We're
thousand.
not pointing at anyone.
No,
Yeah.
we're not.
Confused.
Yes, we do. We need to know what's going on and not just be thrown candy corn and say, here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that comment, Wayne. I agree with you too. Dennis has been yeah, very good for the county, a very good hire. We're happy to have him. He's put a lot of work and effort and time into this, and it's noted, your time and effort. So we do appreciate it. We'll improve the communication. Dennis will keep working hard at it.
Actually, I need a little clarification. I understand 161 reset 100 days. So the whole zoning code changes. Where are you in that timeline? Is it going to get reset?
Yes.
It may have to again.
Okay.
It may have to again.
Yeah, that will be reset as well.
So another question to you on that is, so in your highlighted version, you have highlighted the marked out version and the non-marked out version. Everything scratched out is going away.
And we can talk about that after we get. We can sit down and do like a workshop. Sure. Okay, it should take out longer. That's what I'm saying.
No,
We can pull up.
It won't take very long to get it. I don't know what to edit. I mean, I'm like, okay, is this?
We may be able to pull up the market first one
That'd be
during the work,
And give us one book
so.
In one book,
instead of 3.
you, well, instead of 5, I have all these that was added into.
This is the document.
Yes.
So, just to let Rhonda remind me, just make sure that, check the bylaw, that the lead form is 8. So it'll require everybody to be there. Majority form would require for passage. So I think there's 5 here. Appreciate you doing this. I know it's a lot you've asked for, but, yeah, so that's, I just want to make sure we are reminded about the.
And it had to be jammed in because zoning meeting is next week. So we didn't have much time between meetings.
We'll go over it Thursday.
Yeah.
And, I have a presentation that I present in front of them and we go over any questions you guys have. I mean, this, I know the meeting, not anytime coming up, but you guys be more aware of it.
But there again, as far as we was concerned, the 161's done.
Yep.
So it's a formality for us to meet and go, we're voting on 161.
That's right, so the change,
Now,
correct.
the other, the regular zoning.
Yeah, we're set that.
It's a
We're
work
set
in
it.
progress.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys are not going to vote
Correct.
on the rest.
So does that need to be resolution by you to restart that?
It will. It will.
Okay, and
But according to what Brandon said the other day, we don't have to vote on your resolution, correct? You guys make a resolution to start the process. I mean, that's done.
That's done.
That's done.
Okay.
Yep. Done and
And
done.
see, that's where a lot of confusion started the other night. Everybody thought we was voting on the 2 resolutions that you guys proposed. And we're like, excuse me,
Yeah.
why are we doing this?
I get it. All right, any other questions, concerns for the good of the order? All right, very good. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my lunch.
Like to be quiet, yeah.
Alright.
Dennis, you just suck.
I know, sure.
That's your problem, huh?
Super sketchy, full of partnerships. It was September 21st, so that's why he's appealing. So I. Yeah. September.
Big deal.